world revolved around you, now it's trapped inside the pain. Maybe I should stay in the dark after you've had it to a place so far away. All those crazy thoughts are going through my mind. A part of me I can't escape. Our love was so sublime. It doesn't make no sense if you're not here again. If the only one is gone, who will be there for me to say? What comes after the
Hey, hey! What's going on, my little Dragons, how are you feeling today? If you're feeling good, please let me know down in the comments below. Drop a like on this video, share this video with your friends and family. Don't forget to punch that subscribe button, as it will help your little dragon out so very much. Now today we are going to be chilling out. Let's just chill out and let's just relax. And I just want to talk, man. I just want to talk to you guys. Just share my thoughts about certain things in my life, regarding acting, modeling, all these things, all these amazing things that I've been doing for the past few years now. So this is not really going to be a video for like a, what can I say, it's not a prescription for you to what you want to do in your life, and it's not really, it should be helpful in a sense, seeing what others have done in their life to implement in our lives. So what I've done and the things that have gotten me to where I am, and right now I'm in a really good position in terms of like acting and all of that. I'll explain that in a sec. And if you are interested in so, I would say go for it, man. Go for it, do it your way. Everyone's got their own way of doing this. This is just my way, my experiences, what I feel, what I've seen, my perspective, purely just to me, right? This is not the right way or the wrong way to do stuff. Some people have done it other ways that they will say this is the right way. Some people will say that what I'm doing is the wrong way. I don't mind, you know. I've had people like yell and scream in my face, being like, this is the wrong way to do it, this is the wrong way to do it. And I've had people say like, oh my God, how did you do it? So many people, man, so many things have been going on around this stuff. So I just wanted to talk about it, man. Why not? I never sat here and explained my life on this side of my life, this path, this realm. I've never really sat and explained it to anybody really. So I just want to talk about it for me, just to let my heart out to whoever's willing to listen. So that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm just going to talk about my experience and all. So I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. So let's start off with modeling. So for me, modeling is now, so the girl I lost my virginity to, she was saying to me a lot of times, like, she really, you know, handsome, good looking, whatever. So she was saying like, you should really be a model, you have the looks and all that style, and just the way you look at things is like, it's really attractive and stuff, like your like eyes and whatever, you know, she was saying a lot of that stuff. So I was like, okay, it didn't really occur to me at that time. Then a while later, like 2018 time, after school, so I didn't want to carry on with school, and then I was working, and that time, sort of like May, June, I wanted to get into one. I want to see what it was like. So I randomly went on the internet and I found a modeling agency. I just clicked on one and I messaged them, and they were like, send a picture, blah, done it. This is what you should not do. And I'm telling you this because I just want to share something with you as a brother. So just bear with me and listen. So what happens is that agency wasn't, I don't know what, like a lot of agencies are fake. There's a lot of scams. There's a lot of dishonest people out there. I don't know this at the time. So I just applied. They called me in for a thing and I went. So I went all the way to London to do a photo shoot and then to be represented by the agency. And I told my cousin at the time, and he apparently did some research, or he just knew about like agencies being fake and stuff, or people that his acquaintances have tried to apply. He lives in London and stuff, so some people must have tried to apply to modeling agencies, and this made him say like, oh, when there's one girl I knew before, and she's but like I don't actually know her personally, but she's like a model and all that. So, and people in like the Asian community started to know that. So from there, it kind of like stuck into me, and I was like, you know, I really want to be a model. I really wanted to try out, like, see what it is. Do I even have the chances? And when I got a message, I was so like happy as hell. I was with my uncle and auntie, and I was showing them the message, and they were like, they said, don't go. You know, it's not worth it. We don't want you to be a model and all that. So I said, okay, I'm still gonna go. And I remember booking the ticket and then getting the train to London, and I went. I did the photo shoot. They all did all these things. And then the most important thing is my cousin told me, do not sign anything and do not pay them any money at all. And the first thing is, after the whole time, they spent the whole day and they started asking me for money. And I was like, oh my God, this place is not real. And I was really worried. I was really heartbroken. I didn't want to show it to them. I was really heartbroken, and I came back on the train. I was so heartbroken, and then I went home and I typed in that agency's name. Don't ask me why I didn't do this before, because I was basically blinded with that excitement. That enthusiasm was in me, that it blinded me. Like I wanted it to be true. You know, I was so excited. Like I'm a model. Like it's just such a big thing for me. And when it didn't happen, and I went home and I realized, and I seen what people said about it, and it was actually one of the highest, like, had the most amount of people that were negatively reviewing this agency. When I seen that, I was like, I was shocked, and that really basically ended it for me. And I didn't touch that side ever again. I didn't message them. I blocked their number, and I just never went there again. And I looked on the internet. A lot of people have went forward and paid. Even nowadays, there's some people that I know that have actually, long time ago, when they've found out about an agency, they went and paid, and it turned out to be a fake agency. So that's what I'm saying. You know, always beware of scams. Know what, who and what, when they're talking to you, should know what people are expecting, how the agency runs. All of these things you should figure out, and where to go and look. I'll help you a little bit, but I'll tell you in a sec. But where to go and look for agencies is something definitely that you have to see for yourself first, and then see what the agencies are. And then even legit agencies, I'm not saying they're all like fairies and daisies. There's a lot of problems within that as well. I'll explain that in a second. Because sometimes they try to get you and force you into their like view. Some agencies do, not a lot of agencies, but there are some agencies that try to change you, and they're very assertive. They're very like bossy. For me, that's not correct. For me, I like agencies that are nice and sweet. But all the agency stuff happened later. So this is what happened. So at the time, I was just so like, I was in a bad headspace. I didn't know how to do it. I always wanted to get into films. I never knew how to do it. So I kind of buried the idea. So yeah, I put that idea to the grave a little bit. And then one guy in Coventry, I'll say his name. His name is Louis Lewinson. So he's a dancer in Coventry. So in my city, he's a known guy. So when I first met him, he was I just heard that he was a dancer. I met him because he used to come to my kickboxing class. We used to train and stuff. He was always this outgoing, cool guy. And they used to tell me, and I just got told that he was a dancer / you know, he does dance full time. So I didn't know all about that. Then a few months later, what happened was I went to a different dance class. I became friends with another dancer, and he invited me to come to his dance class. And then they were all like interested in a lot of things. So I went into that dance, and dance is where it started. So I really invested into dance, and I did like 4 shows within dance. And then I found out that this dancer, Louis Lewinson, was like a model, was like a dancer. He does all these projects. And I was super duper hyped. But I was happy. Because usually people in that circumstance, and I see this a lot now, which is when they see another person that's like quite close, that's right in next to them, but that person has gone and done well, they always act upon jealousy, or they want that person. They think that person owes them something, that person has to tell them how to do it. For me, I've never in my life asked him, how do you become this? How do you become that? The fact that he was doing this gave me that confidence in life, saying that it is possible. If I go out there, I can give it a try again, and it is possible. And that was all I needed to hear. So all throughout 2019, and I really wanted to like kill that thought of my that fact that I couldn't become a model. I changed it. I threw it. I didn't. Well, I basically did throw it away, but I put more investment into my YouTube channel and to create and make more videos. At least I get to be in front of the camera and interact with the audience that way. I didn't have to go through, trying to become something like an actor because with YouTube I can just sit here and talk in front of you, but with as an actor or as a model, I have to go through a lot of process and get up there, beat all the candidates, all the people that are applying, all of those people. I have to break past that and go and stand there in order to be there in front of you as an actor, as a model, all these things. Predominantly modeling industry favors more women, so men will it can be quite difficult. There's more open doors for women, but again, with women, more women, so many women want to be in that industry, and I think it is difficult. It's very difficult to get yourself in there and to hold your stature up there and sustain for a long time. That's crazy. So anyways, so that's what I did. And then I think 2020, a friend of mine called Aaron Mystery, he's also he's an amazing guy. He's a dancer. He's done like loads of dances, and I've got a few videos with him as well. But yeah, he's done dances in with like Marvel and all that. So he was signed with this agency, so in London. So I went to that agency, and they said okay, because since I knew him, and they like did my headshots, and they're the reason that I was able to get like a portfolio. So I'd got a portfolio from that agency. I got loads of pictures. I still use those pictures today when I'm submitting. So I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, let's do it, man. That's amazing that I got an agent. That's it. You know, I found a legit agent, and I'm there, and that was it basically. Like, okay, now I'm gonna be a model. It didn't really play out like that. Unfortunately, what happens is, because when you get an agent, that's it. That's it. You'll feel like that's the end of it, you know. But what happened was, getting an agency is one part. Now they have to put you forward into like commercials, into ads, into certain campaigns, certain companies, you know, to do photo shoots. But again, they have a lot of people that they represent, a lot of their clients that they're going to put forward, as well as you, that may be right for you if they're somewhat like, if they need this hair or this skin tone. So unfortunately, that didn't get me any jobs, and then, you know, eventually that faded away from that agency. And anyway, so for a while I was like, okay, what do I do? Like, let's put modeling to the side. So I thought of something else. I was like, because a lot of modeling usually, if you go head first, I know there's people that do go into modeling, just modeling because you're good looking. It's a very, very useful industry, I feel. If you're a girl or a guy and you feel like you're really good looking and you just want to make some extra money, and it's possible, I think you should still give it a try. It's an extra income. It's a nice job. It's a very simple job. You wear different clothes, you style up. Professional artists like do makeup on you. Professional artists take some photos of you. It's a very cool industry to be in if you get to, you know, take pictures and move forward in that industry. But if you're someone who wants to move into the acting industry, this can help. There are so many people that do modeling and then go into acting from that. They build the connections and stuff. My photographer, my last photo shoot that I did, actually no, the last and the one before that, they had connections to cinema, and the one before that, they wanted to make short films, and they're still planning things out, and they said they have some stories for me. So they've narrated a few stories to me before. I was okay. I didn't really want to try that one, but I'm still looking forward to it. I'm still thinking to, you know, carry on with working with them. Again, like, I like to work with people that I've worked with already, because we have that comfortability. But anyways, so I'm trying to say, like, modeling is a very useful thing, but it's even more useful if you want to be in sports, or if you want to be in music, or if you want to be an actor. So if you want to go into that, because you'll be trying to go into that, and at the same time you'll come across photographers, you'll come across people, agencies that they favor someone who already does acting and already has a name for themselves, and they want to get them involved into that, into their work and stuff. So they'll contact the agent and get the actor, or they'll directly talk to the actor. So for me, I got there's a website called Mandy.com, and that website is where you can self-submit for roles. And this is how I became an actor. So first of all, okay, I never went to any acting classes or anything. I tried to go to college, City College, Coventry College, for acting, because I thought it was free, but then they were trying to charge me. I didn't go to a single lesson. Can you believe that? I went to this college, and I was wandering around the college for ages trying to sort out the finance, and they were saying yes, they were saying no, some were saying yes, and then at the end they finally said no, we're not going to fund you. I was 21 at the time. They only fund up to 19, and I was like, oh, forget it. They're like, no, you can pay $7,000 or you can get a student loan. I was like, I'm going. So I left that building, and I was thinking, like, nobody actually cares. Like, none of these people care if anything happens to me, honestly. Like, they don't care if I make it, they don't care if I don't make it, whatever I do in my life. So why do I have to think about them? So I was like, how do I make it? And then that's when I found this. And at that time, I was having some problems with work, which, like, you know, I was working at Royal Mail for a bit, and then I got fired for making videos ahead. I was so invested, like, it was all in my head, and I was like, I want to get into this, bro. I want to somehow be in front of people. I love the industry. I love acting. I love modeling. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get myself out there, man. It was really a struggle. I didn't want to go to any classes. because I don't think any acting classes or anything like in that nature was any use to me. I did go to dance class. That was one thing. I did go to dance classes for about. I started in 2019 until the end of 2020. I went to dance class because I used to dance as a child, and dance has always been my thing. So when I went to a dance class and I did a few shows, but that had no connection. There's no crossover between dance and acting. Dancing was something completely different for me. Acting was something completely different for me. So the dance didn't help, and then I stopped going to dance class anyway, like the end of 2020. Of course, COVID was a big problem that stopped a lot of things for me. So yeah, after 2020, no. Then 2021, whilst looking for a job, I was like, I have a lot of free time, so why not try something? Why not try to make an effort within acting? You know, trying to see what's up. So then I found that Mandy.com, and I was like, okay, let's see, maybe like something might work out. So let's make a profile there. So I used my portfolio of pictures and I put them all together, and I really worked hard, and I didn't actually lie on there. Some people like lie. I don't like to lie. I think you should be honest, and if there is a skill that you want to have, I think you have to go and actually get that skill. But I didn't have any credit. So instead of actors, and that's where I saw an option. I was like, extra work. I was like, why not try out being an extra? Because I figured being an extra, and today I'll tell you, if you are like me and you're in my situation and you might want to be an actor and you want to go and try extra work, I would say no. I would say extra work is not useful at all. I didn't know any better. There was no smart person to teach me anything in my life. I had to go and figure all of this by myself. I'm also family support. I didn't tell my family. I told my mom. She was okay, but you know, mostly I didn't like tell my family that I really wanted to be an actor. I deeply knew that I wanted to be an actor, but I was trying to pursue this without their help. But anyways, I found out how to be an extra. So I was trying to be an extra, and like pretty much within a month, I got a role. I got to be in a movie. It was a big movie. If you know a film, there's a show called Bridgerton. I think on Netflix or something. There's a show called Bridgerton, and the main girl that plays it, Daphne Bridgerton. So her real name is Phoebe Dynevor. She acted in a movie. She's the main character, called Color Room. So that was the film that I was an extra in, and I got to experience it. And I was shocked the first day I stood in front of the camera, and that day, the day I stood in front of a professional camera on a movie set, I realized all my life, people, teachers, other students, parents, everybody in my life talks about movies, and I realized not a single person I've ever met in my life knows a thing about films. Movie industry is something beyond. It's a really complicated thing. It's not just like this, like right now I've just put a camera in front of my face and I'm talking. That's not cinema. Cinema, just to get a little shot, like a 10-second shot, can take hours to make it. Get it from the right angles. Oh my god, like every bit of cinema is crazy, and I was shocked. I was like, this is not what I expected from movies. And we shot this factory scene, and throughout there, like, of course I didn't even get a chance to talk to the actress. We'll talk about that another. I think I already spoke about my experience working in that. But from there, like I knew it, and then we had a second day shoot, and that's when I really I seen like how does she behave? What is she like? How does she get into character and all these things? Like, I was really paying attention to what she was doing, and the other actor. There was another actor on the set, and how they got the actors to work, and how long it takes, and all of that was actually it started to change me. The first day I was like, bro, this is difficult as hell. How am I going to do this? And then the second day I was like, you know what? I might be able to do it. And I don't know, by God's grace or by some power in the universe, the next film, right, I applied to be an extra for this series it's on Amazon Prime now. It's called Seaview. I applied to be an extra, and then, as I said, my friend Aaron Mystery, they encouraged me to ask my friends to apply as well. So I asked him, and he applied, and we all got the parts to be an extra within the film, and then it got cancelled because of COVID. And then I was like, you know what, this ain't gonna happen. And then one day, for no reason, like I was just calling because at the time I used to like talk to him, ask him how he is and stuff. Sometimes he's in London, sometimes he's moving all around the place, you know, doing different shoots. So I gave him a call. I was like, yeah, bro, how are you? Like, he's like, yeah, bro, I'd love to talk to you, but I'm quite busy. And also, did you get any message back? I was like, from what? From Seaview. I was like, Seaview? Why? What happened? Did they reschedule a scene? No, they wanted a different scene. and they wanted someone to act in it, and they couldn't find anybody. So they asked me a few times, and I said, I wish I could, but I have to actually go out of town for a while. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, bro, give them a message, see what they say. So I messaged them, and I was like, you guys, I heard that you, hi Seaview team, I heard that you were looking for an actor to do a scene. I'm actually from the same city, and I'm available on that day. And they were like, oh my god, yeah. And they gave me the thing straight away. I was like, oh, my first time acting. And it's a series, and I went there, and I acted in that. I performed. There was no dialogues, but like they put me in place. They got the makeup artist to do makeup. The other actor stood there and spoke to me. So he's, how long have you been acting for? I was like, this is actually my first ever experience. I don't even know what acting is. This is crazy. So he took me, and he was a nice guy, the other actor. I really wanted to take a picture with him. He's such a sweet guy. He remembered it, and right at the end, he was like, you said you wanted to take a picture. And he was like, yeah, take a picture. Unfortunately, rest in peace. He passed away in 2022. When he passed away, I went through all this like depression and stuff. I've never in my life been through depression or any sort of anxiety, but I did when he died. I went through this depression. Just like things like started. I even got confused with my own life. I'm like how long am I going to be alive for? And all these like crazy thoughts coming to my mind because of the passing away. That was a shock. But this was all in 2021 when I did the shoot with him. And it was crazy. And I went to the premiere, and I saw myself. I saw my face on the big screen. They had the premiere for the show, and so many people there watching. And yeah, I've got the pictures. I'll show you. I'll put everything down in the description. I'll put down all the shoots I've done, all the films I've done, all the like behind the scenes and stuff. I'll put them down below because yeah, so you guys can go and enjoy. But that was so amazing. And after that shoot, I did one more extra work in a film called All Roads Lead to Home as an extra. And from there, because it was a confined space, because other shoots... Oh, by the way, on my second day of the first film shoot, I remember eating downstairs, and the assistant director told me off. She's like, extras are supposed to go upstairs. You're not allowed to eat here. I was like, this isn't... No, this can't slide. So I've always had that a little bit of fear to go and talk to the actors or talk to anyone, because I thought I would get told off. I was actually scared to go talk to Phoebe Dynevor. I've never like felt butterflies to go talk to someone. She was sitting right next to me in... So we were acting, but I didn't want, like, because if I went and spoke to her, maybe if she turns around and goes, oh, why is this guy talking to me? Can someone do something about this? And they were telling me off. I didn't want any of that, so I didn't talk to her. But I had a chance when she was right next to me. That's crazy, but you know, I didn't talk to her. But yeah, then I did a film called All Roads Lead to Home as an extra. That film also released. I haven't actually watched that film, but it's released, and it's like, I think it's gone for festivals and it's somewhere. So if I do get a chance, I'll let you know. So I was like, okay, yeah. And that, from there, talking to the actors, I was like, they were like, you can become an actor. You know, you're really good. And for some reason, one lady that was there, she didn't talk to anyone else. She didn't go and ask anyone else. She came up to me and she was just asking me, so Rishi, is this what you want to do? Like, you want to be an actor, or do you want to be an extra? I was like, yeah, I love cinema and I want to like grow and be an actor. She's like, I think you can really, really become an actor. You know, you have the looks, you have the charm and all that. I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, wow, thank you. And I was like, this is okay, fine. Maybe I have something. So I was like, okay, let's finish this shoot. Once we finish this shoot, let's close all my accounts. Let's do all of that, and then we'll start pursuing acting. We'll start fresh, create a new account, and then make it an actor's profile. And then that time I didn't have a job, so I was like, okay, let me get a job. So I started working at Amazon, and boom, when I got the job, I went there and then I created the profile, and then let it go. And that's when, by some luck, someone's like I think when you really try hard, when you really want something and you're willing to put anything in, someone up there or some power in the universe helps you, man. I do feel it sometimes. It's crazy. I didn't really have any spiritual beliefs, but it's crazy to think about. I got an opportunity to be a model on a student accommodation like shoot, and it turns out that ended up on like the buses. That ended up on it was in the billboards in city centre. I'll put that again in the description, man. You can see it. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. I can't believe it. I still can't believe like that happened. So when I did that, I was really shocked. I was really surprised. But that actually they came to me and it got cancelled, and then it got rescheduled on a different day. when before that, within that time, I was like, okay, before 2021 ends, I went to Seaview premiere, I saw myself on screen, but before 2021 ends, I want to actually get booked straight as an actor. And I got this commercial to be a part of it. It's a violence prevention commercial. And I was blessed and I worked in that. I would put that out there. I've seen it. I don't really think I didn't really enjoy it that much. So I didn't really talk about it. I don't like to say that about my projects, but that particular project I didn't really enjoy. But I did that and it was okay. So I left it. And then I left it and then afterwards, but I did it and it paid amazing and the job was good. It was good and the director was really friendly with me. He remembered my name. And he came and got me, and I've seen some of his other projects. Some of his other projects were really good. Just that particular project I really like. But then after that, I did the photo shoot, and then I got 2 films back to back. So one film was the "What Are You Doing" film. So I don't speak in that. That film was really cool. When I got that, I went to an audition to do that role. I went with, and it was me and a girl that was doing the audition, and I didn't know anything about auditions, man. I've never done acting in my life, so I was like, yo, being an actor, it's crazy. And that girl, apparently she's done like 10 different kinds of acting styles. I was like, I've never done any acting in my life, so I'm there in the audition with her. And the only thing I knew about the audition, the only research I did is when you go to an audition, you don't want to be silent and awkward or anything like that. You want to be vibrant, you want to be friendly with everybody, you want to talk to them like they are your best friends. You want to keep it nice and simple and nice and light-hearted. So I was sitting next to her in the thing, and I didn't get a chance to talk, man. The director was explaining the thing to me. Any gap the director leaves, she will fill it up by talking. So I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So there was a lot of silent acting. So I was like, okay, let me feel the character. Let me take in the character and actually feel it and perform it how they expect it. And I had a bit of doubt. I was like, does the director like me or no? Or what's up? So I tried some different things. A lot of the silent ones was really tough for me to to perform it. It was really tough because I don't know how to perform silent characters. So because I'm so used to talking in front of the camera, I can talk all day. So then they were like giving us a few exercises, or giving us a few tasks and a few scenarios, and they gave us a scenario where I'm supposed to act silent and the girl is supposed to act by talking. And that was cool. So I was really trying, and I was really showing my facial expression, like that, like let's go, and like put your phone down, like that. So I was putting a lot of effort into acting. And then as soon as the role switched, when I was able to talk in front of the camera, I was able to talk in the acting. It all changed. That whole place was just, I was amazed. I was amazed. So I was just freestyling my performance there. And yeah, and eventually, like a few days later, I got a message saying, we want you to be a part of the film, and we gave you a character, not the hero character. I was actually kind of happy I didn't do the hero character for another reason, man. I've got a few agendas with cinema. There's things I won't do, regardless of anything. There's things that I just won't do. And I think some of these things, if I was willing to do, my entry in films would be a lot earlier, and also I would have done a lot more projects. But there's just things I just won't do. So yeah, there's a few things I just won't do for films. It's just for me, for I guess for the way that I am and for the way that my family is, and if I was to show a film to my family in the future, now, like how they will respond, like all of these things will be in my mind, and I don't want to do anything that really like disappoints them in that sense. So that's why, man, and I don't want to disappoint myself. So number one, like all of these are equally a thing. So I don't want to do any abusing children, any harm to children in any way. I will never do a character like that. I won't be in a film that's like predominantly that's the main issue to show that that's the main thing. Anything like that I don't want to be a part of. I don't want to do any films that abuses children. I don't do any films that abuse women. I don't do any films that abuse animals as such. Like any abuse or any sort of negativity, racism, any sort of like discriminative films. So films that really focus too much on that. Even if it's trying to show the positive, so if it's a particular race of a person and the problems that he faces, I still don't want to be a part of that film, right? Even if I'm playing the hero that faces that thing, I don't want anything a part of that sort of stuff. I know some people say as an actor you have to take upon all these roles. No, for me, I don't play these kind of roles. I would never ever do anything in my personal life and on camera with anything sexual with a person that is not a human female, that has always been a female, that is above the age of 18. Let me say that again. A human female that is above the age of 18, that has always been a female, is the only person that I will be indulging in any sort of sexual activities in, that is also consensual. In real life, consensual 100,000%, and in films also obviously consensual, but also in the film as the character, she should also be consensual as well. I will never do any of those kind of offensive, abusive kind of sort of characters. I'll play a villain, like a crazy villain who does like all these crazy things, but like not regarding like abuse to children, women, and all that stuff. That's not something that I'm happy to do. So I'm not comfortable playing those kind of characters, and a lot of films have come to me with those kind of roles, like homosexual roles. There was one role, and I think I'll say it here because I was really like, I didn't mind. I was thinking about it at first. Like they was trying to. It was a photo shoot actually. It was a modeling photo shoot, which was they were trying to. He was sending me thingies like he wants to bridge the gap between masculinity and feminine attributes. He was like, there's things that are traditionally for man, traditionally for women. So if a man wears these kind of clothes, they can bridge the gap and then have dresses, introduce dresses and skirts for men. I was like, I sent a message saying like, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing this. But deep inside, when I sent this to a friend, right, yeah, man, he roasted me. But yeah, so hey, if I was willing to do stuff like that, you know, loads of these kind of things and loads of negative shades, then yeah, I would have been a lot further within the industry. But I'm not interested in doing that. So that film, What Are You Doing? The hero, he plays the abuser, so he abuses his girlfriend, and my character, I go and me and the other friend character, we go and stop that. We stop her from being abused. I go to her and I make sure she's safe, and he goes and tells his friend off like, what are you doing? So because of that reason, that film was really cool, really good, like on my behalf, that I played the good character. There was another film that I did, again, that was also a woman abuse film, but again, I don't play the abuser. I even said to them, there was another film right after that one of the casting girls, she was actually a young girl, she messaged me, I didn't even apply for the film, she messaged me saying like, I think you're really good looking, I want you to be a part of our film. And I was like, oh, it's a film about woman abuse. I was like, listen, I don't want to play the abuser. And she's like, oh, no, you're not playing the abuser. You're not even the main character. You're just like one little scene. You're just teasing your friend and that's it. I was like, okay, cool. I'll do that film. And that was a very short film. That was a very short like time that I was actually in that film, only about 20 minutes. I worked with two other actors, three actors. So I remember the names actually. Trafford, Vishane, Corey, and Beth. And then there was one other girl that was an extra. She was very quiet. Like she didn't really talk. And she went, and Beth and Shane, I've seen some of the films. The Corey guy, he's actually in Hollyoaks. See, I never really watch like Hollyoaks or EastEnders or any of these soap stuff or BBC Doctors, but I think I watched like the episode what he's in. Same as the girl that worked in that What Are You Doing film, right? The main heroine. She is in BBC Doctors, so I was watching BBC Doctors. I was calling my mum. I was like, that girl in the BBC Doctors. Yeah, she's the girl that was in the short film I acted in, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. I was so like, you know how I do my reactions. I'm always like jumpy. I'm always on the sofa, just bouncing around. That's the personality that I had within the film, and they even like I was just performing that until they told me off. He was like, oh, Rishi, okay, because they were coming through the doors. There was one scene, and it was really. The scene was very like intense. It was very like high. Like when you watch the film, you understand like it's very sad. It's very the energy. There's a lot of like negative energy between the hero and the heroine. And then when you come into the house, I'm there jumping around, playing around with the other actor. Like we're playing games, and I'm teasing him and stuff. And then I see like there's a bruise on her back, and I'm like, looking at him like, what happened and all that. You see it in the film. So that was really crazy when we were acting that. When we were acting that, bro, that whole film, mostly I was so intrigued with the set, how they made it, you know, the light, the camera. I went into the film set, right, and I'll tell you, again, I'm not gonna. Like when I went to the film set, so a girl opened the door, and I didn't know who she was. I was looking, so I was like, all right, so you like part of the film and stuff. She was like, yeah, I'm just an assistant though. Like I just see like if anything happens, like, I just help them when they need any help. If they need to carry something, I'll just help them with that. I was like, okay. And then there was another guy, and she was like, oh, so where is everyone else? Have they not arrived yet? And she's like, no, they're upstairs. They're shooting the scenes. The main characters, the actors are shooting the scenes upstairs. So I was like, okay, cool. So there was the other actor, there was another guy that was with them, and I was like, oh, hi, are you also like working in the production team? He's like, no, I'm an actor in the scene with you. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, hi, nice to meet you. And then we started talking, So I was really intrigued, right? And from my childhood, the thing that really intrigues me the most in my life is movies and the heroes, the main characters in movies of all language. I've always been intrigued by heroes. Even today, I was watching interviews of heroes, of actors in all languages, in my language, in other languages as well. When I watch a movie, I always a movie hero has always been like my biggest fascination was always towards them. Heroes are like everything, That's why I really wanted to get into films and hopefully become a hero, become the main character. I did actually become the main character in a film. But, more films, better films I do want to do. So when I'm on a set, that still carries forward, that childhood thought of mine. So I was on the set and I was like, okay, I want to see who the hero is. So I was waiting there. And coming down the stairs was the most stylish guy I have ever met in my life. He had little tattoos all over him. He had this cool haircut. Like usually not everyone that wears tattoos or wears like different kinds of unique, eccentric clothes actually suits that style. This guy just suited it so well. And I was like, that must be the hero, man. How can I do that? And the director comes downstairs and the director goes, oh, get that, yeah, could you get that thing and just go over there? Oh, cool. And then put that in the corner. I was like, is that how you talk to your actors? Because I knew the director because I saw him in the audition. Is that how you talk to the actors? Okay, cool. And I shook his hand. I shook the director's hand and I spoke to him. And he introduced me to the actor. And he shows me some other guy. And he goes, this is the hero and this is the main character. She's the hero. I was like, oh, all right. So who's that other cool guy? That the stylish guy. His job basically on the set was the room. What you do does is in the room, so the light doesn't. So the light bounces off a little bit. Is there too much light showing in the room? And for the scenes, as technical thing, I'm not going to explain that. But he puts the smoke in the room. They use a lot of smoke, so it bounces off the lights, and it kind of like the particulates, like it helps the lighting to adjust the lighting within the room. And then he opens the window and then fans it out if it's gone too much. So that's his job throughout the whole thing. He's like the smoke boy. So yeah, so I felt a bit like, that would be really cool if that guy was the hero. I was like, I thought I was stylish, but that guy, he was rocking it with the style. So then the other hero I was watching, his acting, and he was talking to me. And they were really cool, they're pretty chill and reacted to the scene. But after that, I never spoke to any of them, never saw any of them, even the director. The director actually messaged me, I think a year back, asking. Oh no, yeah, he messaged me like at the start of this year for an ad shoot and stuff, but for some reasons I wasn't being able to go and do that. But then then the other film, Time for Change, I acted in that. That actually released first, and I was really happy to see that film. I loved the way that film was made, and there's grown up actors within that, and it was just so cool. Also, the violence prevention commercial acting. When I acted in that, the other actor, he kept asking me like, "So have you done acting before?" Because he's been acting since before I was even born. He plays my father in that, and I was like, "No, I've never acted before. This actually technically is my first ever time acting." He's like, "It's unbelievable, bro. You're actually really good. Like you're very natural. Because you had to improvise so much, and you just did it. Like you just went for it straight away. Like how'd you do that?" And I was like, "That's it." So, but Time for Change is the first time you actually hear my voice in a film. They mic'd me up and they put it. They're really nice, Both films, like when they ask me to do a shoot, when they ask me, let's say my shot's ready, they always have a lady working on the set, and they'll always be like, okay, go and tell him his shot's ready, and then she'll be like, Rishi, sweetie, your shot's ready, come shoot with us. And I'll be like, okay, let's go. And I'll sit there and I'll like, I'm thinking, I'm 23, man. These people think I'm like 3, I'm like a child. They leave them to babysit. Even when I did Hush, right? they left like an 18-year-old girl with me. They were like, ask him anything, and yeah, just look after it, look after all this stuff, and look after him as well. And I was sitting there. She was like, if you want anything, just ask me. I was like, okay, cool. She was like, if you like need to go anywhere, just ask me. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. And I was thinking, like, I know what you're thinking. You're like, just ask her of anything. Just take her to a cafe and ask her. Just give her the menu. Be like, all right, bring me this half of this menu now and half of this menu in 20 minutes. She'd be like, here's my foot. She would have kicked me if I did that. But yeah, she was yeah. So they always like have someone to look after you. That's crazy. The amount of respect they give you as an actor is something, man. That's something else. So yeah, the experience of acting was amazing. And I did another movie. Oh yeah, there's a movie called Halloween Massacre. Halloween Massacre. It's on Amazon Prime. So there's 2 movies on Amazon Prime. One's called Halloween Massacre. I'm in that. I die in the film. That was a crazy. That's the film that I fully acted in. I really acted my life out in that. If you go see it, they put like fake blood, and obviously for the bleeding scenes, and some of that was going in my throat, and I was gagging. I was like, it's not good. It's not disgusting. It's extremely sweet. But yeah, it's extremely sweet. So it was making me sick because it was that sweet, and I kept putting more and more in. It actually went into my eyes because it was all on my forehead and stuff. So when it started to drop into my eyes, it was atrocious. But we did that, and that was the first movie that I did a voiceover for, because months later. So I shot on my birthday as well. So first shoot was on, I think, 16th of September 2022. Second shoot was on the 9th of October 2022, and then last one was in May 2023, May 21st. So, and I did the voiceover. That was cool as well. I'll link that down below. Yeah, she was really excited, and she was very happy with all the scenes I was doing. That was the first time I made the director laugh. You know, when I was really performing the scene, she was like, just do the scene. And I was just like, the way I behave in that film, she was just laughing. And it was good. It was good. That made me happy. Like, I was like, okay, cool. I made the director laugh. So that means that my acting was somewhat good. It must have been. Yeah, so that film I did. And then a month later I did a film called Merchants of the Night. It's basically the Merchants of Venice. It's the same story as the Shakespeare's Merchants of Venice. It's basically changed it, and it was a student film. I got lucky because that was the film that I was told that I was the main character in, so I applied and I got that film. It was all the way in London. That's why I did it, because I was the main character in that film. And that film is the longest. I think it's the longest film I had to wait. Or no, Hush was the longest I had to wait. But there's a lot of waiting during that film. We had to sit there, and I was ready. If the call time, and that's another habit I have. If the call time is 9 o'clock, by even 8 o'clock sometimes, or 8:15, but the latest will be 8:40, 8:45. That will be the latest. I'll always be ready on set with makeup on, lines all prepared, ready to shoot. In every film I've ever done, I'm always ready, and I'm ready to shoot. Like, I never cause any hassle, any waste any time for the directors. No one involved will be, if time's wasted, it will be because of them. If anything doesn't go right, it will be because of them. I try to do my work as perfect as I can. Punctuality, all of these things should be in place. Hard work, so that I can perform and not waste their time. So I was there hours later. So I was there around 9 o'clock, and I think around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. The other actors, we didn't have the other actor for that day. So the first day was just me, and we shot all the scenes where it's just me and this second actor. But the second main actor, who plays Antonio. So Bassanio is my character. Antonio is the other character. The Antonio character, when he came the next day and he performed, yeah, he showed me. He's the one that told me about a lot of agencies, and he told me important things. So in the UK, there's 2 very important things if you want to get agents. One is Spotlight is very, very important. A lot of agents don't even consider you. I applied for so many agents. I called them up, and they asked me, do you have Spotlight? No. Once I said no, this reminded me of a thing. My boxing coach, apparently he was at one night, he was on his bicycle and he got hit by a car, and when he was fighting a police case, the police asked him a simple question: did your bike have a light or not? And he said yes, and he was like, okay, that's it. If it had a light, then that's it. Then they take it differently, and that's all that they needed to hear from him. Same as this, it just has a remnants for that for some reason. But the first question they ask you is, do you have Spotlight? When I call an agency, the first question I'm like, yeah, I heard you about your agency, so I just wanted to ask, like, if you're looking for a client, I just seen your agency, I feel like it's right for me, so I just want to see how we get along and stuff. So is it possible I can come in to do an audition or something? And they're like, yeah, cool and all that. Yeah, we are open, but have you got Spotlight? I was like, no. I was like, yeah, we're only looking for Spotlight actors for the moment. But if once you get Spotlight and you're in a few things, give us a call back, definitely, and all that. So Spotlight is very important, and headshots is very important. So what is Spotlight is the question I had back then. And I was like, I didn't know what Spotlight is. I even applied for Spotlight and I got rejected because Spotlight, to get into Spotlight, you need either credits. So one route is to have credits to do films that make you eligible to be a part of Spotlight, or you need education and all of that. And I've already told you I've never studied acting. I don't think it's for me, so I stay away from that. If it's for you, I don't judge you. If you like acting, if you like training, go for it, 100%. If that's your field, then you can definitely go for it. For me, that's not, I don't want to train, I don't want to go to acting classes or anything. Except for, in my life, from now on to the future, unless I have to for a film, I would do any class. But I only really like going to martial arts class. I don't really like going and being in a classroom environment. Being on stage and being in a classroom are two areas that just, I don't like those two areas. Everywhere else, I'm 100% fine. I know I've got this thing in my mind that tells me like you can handle anything like anywhere else. But when it comes to stage and being in a classroom are just two places that I just don't feel the best to do those. So I just kind of like stay away from it. So yeah. So by that, so that's what I did. So I wanted to take the route of credits. So I didn't have the credits. I only had that Halloween Massacre film. I had the IMDb for that, and then of course I had the contract and everything. So I submitted that, and apparently you need like either one like equity contract or you need 2 professional credits. So yeah, I didn't think any of my other films were, because my importance wasn't in it as much. So I forgot all about the Spotlight and everything. And headshots, I didn't have some great headshots. So the headshots that I put, like the first headshots that I put on this video at the start, that was my first ever professional headshots that I went and paid for. I got some free headshots like a year, quite recently, and then I got an agent as well. I got an acting agent. I'll explain that story in a second, but mostly my headshots were like just from modeling headshots. So a lot of agencies were saying to me like, you need professional acting headshots. Professional acting headshots, one, you're not allowed to like accessorize. It's better when you don't accessorize and you just show your natural self, your natural face. Wear something that makes you look good and makes you look your best and make you feel your best. But try to like get your natural face out. Your natural elegance should be shining through. And it's your eyes. Your eyes are the most important thing. Your eyes are the gateway to the soul. Your eyes are the gateway to the soul, they say. So make sure all that energy just exudes through the eyes when you do your photo shoot. So if you were to go and do acting or headshots, that's very important for you to remember. So yeah, I went through the route of making acting, as in doing that. So going through the acting route. Yeah, and I tried to go to some agency, just ups and downs, just so many, and then it didn't work out. Cut to a year later, some luck I got. So I got a different job, and I'm currently working in a job. But by some luck, what happened was I was able to, modeling returned in my life. Whenever I do modeling, modeling isn't my first preference anymore, but whenever I do it, I always remember those times where I was just sitting there and I couldn't sleep. I was having so many sleepless nights and so many like thoughts about how do people do it. Like, I don't think you're human. If you're able to become a model, I think you have to be like God's favorite to be a model. I think there's a certain caliber of people, certain contingent of humans that actually get to be fortunate enough to be a part of that industry. I would never get a chance, I would never ever in my life get a chance to be a model or anything in that flavor. So the fact that I've used to think that, and that would always come back in my mind whenever I get a chance to do a modeling shoot. And nowadays I go there and I'm like, it's it's nothing, you know. It's cool, it's chill. I can just go there, chill out, say hi to there'll always be a director and a photographer there. When I went to the one, they really asked me, they kept asking me over and over again. I went to London to do that. Again, I'll link it down below. I made like vlogs, you know. Bro, that's why I do this. That's why I make all these videos and stuff. Like, it's better I show you. So I know I'm talking about it a lot, but I've got like evidence for all of this stuff. So I've put it all down below. You guys can all go and see. You can all see films I did. You can all see the photo shoots I did. They're all really nice. So that's what I did. And what happened? So what it was yeah, they really asked me so many times that like, we really think you're very good looking. We want you to be a part of this industry. We want you to be a part of our like portfolio. So yeah, we did the shoot for them. That was really nice. And I came back, and even though the shoots that we do, so I wasn't a big fan of the Merchants of the Night film that I did, and some other films I did, and so and headshots, I just took photos of myself. I took it myself, you know. I took a photo with my camera, and I styled up, you know, where the heads go, you know, the bandana that I wear. I wrap it around my head or stuff. So I did that. So when I'm like wearing the bandana on my head, so I did that. I made like photos of that, and I put it on the actor's profile. And by some luck, the film Hush, so they messaged me saying, like, we like your looks, could you send us a few more pictures? So I got the pictures from this modeling shoot, and then for showreel, I just sent them the old film that I did, Merchants of the Night, and then they watched that, and they're like casting me straight away. And during the shoot, they actually told me, because the director told me, like the assistant director, like got your showreel, the scenes from the other film, and he got my photo shoot and he showed it to me, and he was like, look at this actor, like look at his eyes and all that, and he was like, bro, get him into the film straight away, bro. There's something about him, like there's something about you. And they had no, and there's very few people that will say that. Very few people will, like, some people might feel a bit awkward to go up to another, especially a guy. A guy would not say it to another guy, like you know, you're very good looking, you have beautiful eyes or whatever, you know, because they're scared that, you know, what people would say about them. But these directors, these people were so, like, they had nothing in them to come up to me and tell me, hey, we really thought you were good looking, we wanted you in this film, and we think you're a really good actor. So they put me in the film, and I believe I did justice for that film. Every time in my mind was like, every time they leave a gap, so when they explain a scene to me and he leaves a gap, so between there, instead of me asking them questions, I learned that I feel like I should just fill up the gap myself and just present it in front of them. Do they like it? If they don't like it, then they can change it. They can tell me, Rishi, you know, I didn't really like it. Could you do it like this? Could you try this? That was good, but could you try this? I'll be like, okay, fine. They didn't like it and such. But I'll just try it, you know. I'll take the character in my mind and I'll just perform it the way I feel like it's correct, and then let them decide from there. So that's what I did for those films. For the film Hush, and the Hush was like, that gave it, I don't know how lucky I am to do that, because they not only put me in that film and they put my name in that film, and they really supported me, they really encouraged me. If you looked at all the promotions, all the posters on the Instagram, on everything, and the websites, everything will have my face in it. Everything they talk about me, they actually wrote a big line. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know if it was one of the editors or one of the guys in the part of the production, or was it its director or assistant. I don't know who wrote it, but I believe it's one of those editors. But who has the heart to do that, right? To write a big sentence, big paragraph about me, saying Rishi's this really talented actor who's like multifaceted, multi-talented person who does so many creative things, martial arts, dance, and he, you know, endures and establishes it through his YouTube and all of those things. I'm not boasting, by the way. I know I say a lot of things like I'm boasting. I'm actually saying the things that other people have said of me. Yeah, of course I believe a lot of these things of myself too. That's why I make all these videos. I love to do it, but my main focus is not to really show it off. It's to actually give you something to enjoy. I love entertaining my audience. But yeah, but for them to say something like this, such a beautiful thing to say, for them. They didn't have to do that. They could have just promoted it normally. So once, with all that promotions and stuff, when I was able to get that, I was easily able to take all of that and send it. So I put the YouTube link, and then, you know, the other film, Halloween Massacre, and then this film, putting them both together, and I sent it through, and Spotlight didn't even think. They gave me an instant message saying, you are accepted, Spotlight. So Spotlight was mad. And then within some time, I got an agent for 6 months. And now agencies, there's different kinds of agencies. There's agencies that are exclusive, and there's agencies that are non-exclusive. Exclusive means that you are just for that agency, so they want you to only book jobs with them, acting jobs and stuff. Non-exclusive are like they just represent you. They just get you the jobs, and you sort it out with them with the commissions. You pay the commissions, so they get the money for the job that you do. So if it's like a 20% commission, they will get the money for the job that you do, and then they take 20% off and they send it to you. That's it. You don't pay for any agencies. Never ever pay for an agency, but you so you deal with them with the commissions. That's a non-exclusive, and exclusive as well with the commissions. But exclusive would want you to just be with them. So I was with an exclusive agent for about 6 months, and nothing happened for me through that agent. And then now we just understood, like we had like a understanding that it didn't really go. For us, we're probably better off like trying to find jobs. I find my own way, and they find their own way. So we parted ways. And I went and I tried. I didn't know what agencies to go to. I went to see some recommendations. I wanted something to suit my age group and suit my style and all that. So I did. I found an agent. When I went and got my headshot, the headshot photographer, she recommended me. She basically said to me, right, and I thought she was exaggerating, but so true. She gave me a bunch of agencies and a bunch of stuff. And she goes to me, all you have to do, when you get your headshots, right, when you get these headshots, I'll retouch them. She sent me so much, and I sent it back, and she retouched it so nicely. She was like, go and just tell them, just say my name. Just say that you know me. Her name is Tanisha White. And she's actually even worked with Andrew Garfield in an ad. And I was like, yo, Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. Yo, it's crazy, it's crazy. I found out later. It was like crazy. I was like, she didn't tell me that. But yeah, she was like, just tell them that you know Tanisha, and immediately they'll get you. So I was like, okay, let me try this. So I sent them the emails, and I said that I know Tanisha. I was like, really? And then they looked at the profile. They looked at my profile. They were like, oh my god, we really like you, and blah blah blah. And they're like, yeah, we'll send you. So one's like, and because one agency was exclusive, it's been I'm still waiting upon that. I'm gonna give these guys non-exclusive agencies the preference for now, and then we'll give the exclusive agencies preference like later when we'll have a see, right, how things are going, because these agencies are predominantly for modeling. One's actually quite prevalent agency. One's it's okay, it's quite local, it's Birmingham, it's easy for me to get to and back within 10 minutes, 20 minutes train up there and back, easy, or 20 minutes up there, and then it's simple from there. So I will look more at that agency. Modeling agency is good because non-exclusive, you be a part of multiple agencies. Even they say like you can go ahead, go be a part of multiple agencies. But yeah, when you're with us, we will try to put you through to jobs and stuff. And they have acting as well, so I put my spotlight and they like it. So when you're a spotlight actor, they really like that. So it's modeling, acting, it's really good, right? And I like to be a part of those agencies. So we'll see. We'll give non-exclusive agencies a thought. I don't know if what I'm doing is correct or not. It just seems right for me. Because money is now becoming a thing. It's not an issue right now. Right this second, there are no money issues. But we do have to think about the future. So I'm sort of fixing my career path, or so many good things are happening. I'm studying IT. I'm very intrigued and happy to be jumping back on the studies side of life. So I'm studying about computers, and I'm really like cramming a lot of information down. And I'm happy. Like a lot of my weight off this agency stuff is being like removed a bit. I still apply for roles by myself, and then I've got the agent to do that. So, but that's what I wanted to say. Nothing is impossible. I didn't have any experience, any help, nothing like that in the beginning. Nobody ever even respected me. Most people in my life, in my school, and this is my reference about how I was treated before. We were in a science class, and then we went to a different classroom. And then in normal science class, they put you in seating plan. We went to a different classroom, and everyone sits with their friends. And they put our books in the front, so I went to get the book. And one of the boys said, Rishi, go and sit in that corner by yourself where you belong. And the whole class started laughing. That's how I was treated all my life. No one's like appreciating me. No one's supported me in any way. I've never had any sort of support, anything like that. No one believed in me. It's not like family was encouraging me. Nothing. I had to find it myself, and I had to truly want it. If I want it, it's 1000%. my duty to make it happen. So I just took the blessings from everyone I can, everything I can, and I started making videos and that for you. And with the acting stuff, I just took it and I did it as much as I can. You know, I never gave up. I worked very, very hard. Whenever every opportunity I got, I gave them that respect. I was so grateful to be there. I never waste their time. I turn up to the set on time. If I am running late, I will tell them I haven't ran late for any of the shoots. Always on time, prepared, worked very hard, and everything was so precise and it was so like good. So that's how I've been working, and I'm true to my craft. And just because I didn't train doesn't mean I don't practice. I practice all the time. Acting is an art form. Acting is definitely an art form, and it's a beautiful art form because it's an art form that has the blessings of every other art form, every other sport, every other knowledge out there helps you as an actor. If I'm playing a character where I'm playing a religious person of a certain religion, I will go and study that religion fully, understand what the prayers are, how the prayers work, and all of these things, so that I can play that character to the fullest, do justice to that character. If I'm playing a character about like World War II or something, I would fully understand World War II. Understand if I'm playing like a general of the troops, I would go and study what that is and everything. If I'm handling guns within the scene, I'll understand. I would read and study and build my knowledge and be prepared when I'm playing the character. If I'm doing a period film, whatever time period it is, whatever geographical location I'm acting in, if I need a particular accent, I'll go and learn about those things and learn about those people and cultivate those traits of those people and those characters from that. So it's got the blessing. And if you're playing a sport, learn the sport. If you're playing any if you're like a film about cars, I'll go fully learn about cars. So anything like fully, like films have the actors have the blessing of every other art form. You can be anything, and it's a magical industry which I do want to be a part of more and more, and I am getting more and more now. I've got an agent. I was with another agent before, but this one looks more promising for me. We'll see, innit? We'll see. We can always change. And another thing in life, and that's life, no one's ever allowed to force you to do anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to stay here, do something, you are more than welcome to leave. As long as it's not in the middle of, while you're shooting, you can't decide, I'm not going to do this anymore. No, that's not fair on everyone that's involved. But at any point, if you don't feel like it, no one can force you. You have rights. You really do. You should never feel like you don't have rights. So even though I've taken this journey by myself, of course, Aaron Mystery, as I mentioned, he's been a big support for me. He was but I had to believe in myself first and then go. And then when I saw him, he's such a sweet guy. I dropped down. I've done a few videos with him. He's in Marvel's Eternals. He's done some other cool stuff. He's right in front of the main character in Marvel's Eternals in the dance scene. That's really cool. And he's in my videos. Or I was thinking that it's really amazing. I even spoke to him recently. He was telling me some pointers and some important things. He's if you could really be a successful actor, you should have to do this correctly. So I take words seriously, and of course I add it to how I would tackle these things. But every knowledge, I do listen to knowledge. Knowledge is wealth, man. Knowledge is wealth. So I'm really pushing myself in the industry, and modeling is, as I said, if you want to be a model, it's very useful. It's a very useful career to be a part of. If for extra money, and even to build a connection on that side, and it helps you here. So it's wonderful. And you can even use some of the pictures, and sometimes if you do a modeling shoot for them and you don't expect anything in return, sometimes they would want to do shoots for you. So if you need photos for profiles and stuff, they can do it for you. So it's always a great thing, man. It's always a plus. So, and some people do get into doing modeling and things and acting. So I always have this love towards the glamorous industry, and my career path, my career journey has been really fun. Money, I don't do it for the money, but yeah, it's a lot of good money, wonderful money. Sometimes you don't really do much. You just go there and just have to do a scene for a bit, and they pay you for the whole day. Sometimes you have to spend the whole day shooting with them. It's really difficult. The film Hush, I was mostly shooting the first 3 days. This is because they kept changing it around, the story and everything was quite changed. That's always going to happen. What you plan first and where you go, it doesn't always happen the same way. I'm sort of waiting to direct a film. I've got the story and all that ready, and me and another person We're both directing it together. We're working on it still. It looks quite promising, but we'll see in it. Something keeps coming by. For him, he's got other work as well, and it keeps getting in the way. But we're both very excited to do this, so that's really good. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think it will be interesting for you. It's action-based film, so I want to show my skills in that sense. Still haven't done anything with that. I still really want to put my action to the game, and I wanted to show my action skills within films. I love fight scenes. Action's like my favorite genre of films. I love action, but I also love like psycho thrillers, movies that make me think. Paradoxes I like, time travel films. Crazy. So I want to be a part of a film that has that. But yeah, so far so good, man. So far so good. So what have I done so far? So I did 2 extra work, 1 TV series as an actor, 1 commercial I did, 2 photo shoots, 1 featured movie, so 1 movie, it's on Amazon Prime, and then 4 short films, so 11 projects altogether. Yeah, that's 11 projects altogether. That's what I did. Extra work, again, if you want to be an actor, if you want to do it, you can do it. But I'm saying like it's not that useful. I did not become an actor because I was an extra. Extra work is completely different. Acting is completely different. Extra work just helped me understand how a set is run. Acting and the skills of becoming an actor and learning and taking up on the roles and being able to bring life to the scene is a completely different skill. It's a real deal. It's the actual thing, and yeah, there's no crossover. There's nothing I learned from extra that helped me here. Acting, a lot of my real life, a lot of creating YouTube videos did help with acting. But yeah, I always practice. I always practice. I make sure I always practice acting. I practice smaller things that I don't know if they teach you that in drama schools or anything, which is with the eyes. It's all about the eyes, how you tell a story with your eyes, whether it's anger, if you're ready to hurt someone, how does that, like, if you saw someone doing something really bad, really asinine, and you're looking at him with that anger look, or if someone's been bullying you and you're about to explode and you're about to go and fight him, how did that look? If you're looking at a girl and you love her, how does that look? If you feel bad, if you're in grief, how does that look? It's all in the eyes. It's all connected to the eyes. So eyes are the gateway to the soul, and that's what I really understood when I'm taking upon a character. I really focus on the eyes and how I say that, and then the voice, the tone. Is it a soft tone? How the scene is? It all depends, and then in the flow in the scene. Once the atmosphere is created within the scene, then and you put this together, then it sort of works. I've not done any characters that really push me from my limit. The Halloween Massacre film, I pushed myself, but it really didn't it wasn't difficult or anything. Maybe because I didn't play the main character as a character. I think when I was playing one film as the main character, because I had to hold the main emotion of the film, it was a little bit different for me in that. But aside of that, if it was just normal, like if I'm just playing a side character, I feel like because I'm not the main focus, it kind of took that ease off my shoulder. It took that weight off my shoulder a little bit, kind of eased into it a little bit. So what I'm thinking about is when I do main characters, it's going to be quite difficult in that aspect. But that's why. But in the film that I'm directing, it's not going to be like that at all, because I'm directing the film and I know the martial arts I'm very comfortable doing. I'm very, very comfortable performing martial arts in front of anyone. So that's that. With that, like there to assist me, I'm always great. So I'm so happy to. We'll see what happens with that one, man. It's gonna be interesting for me to film. We need to start that one soon. Everything's ready. We just need to start it soon. Locations are ready. Locations are mostly ready. And then when we get the cast, it will be really nice. So I'll tell you about the film when I make it. We'll see where that directing voyage takes me. I'm still learning on that side, but mostly with acting, same thing, man. Any films I get, I will keep you updated. I will let you know. I'll tell you, like, if I do make it big, you'll see it, man. You're always on this journey with me. I love you all. Go check it out, man. Check out my stuff. And my advice. So if you want to be an actor, if I had to tell you, what do I think? If you're ready to take it, because whatever experience that you have on a small level, not extreme level, but on a small level, if you're someone who gets offended by your mom and dad yelling at you at home, or when your friends tease you in school, when someone says something to you on the street, if that hurts you and that offends you, I would say, please don't come into cinema, because films, getting into acting and all of that, you have to be able to face it, because 10 guys will spit in your face, 10 guys will throw eggs at you, 10 guys will bully you and say curses and disgusting things about you and your family. And what happens is, when you take all these things in, where that goes and affects it, it really affects your work and your face, your mood, and all that stuff. So you wouldn't, your best work, and that's why not a lot of people stay in this for a long time. And hatred is a really strong thing, because a lot of people, when they get hate, even in the initial stages, that's enough for them to quit and go in anything they do, even if it's music or whatever. And some people face it a lot in acting, and they just need to push through that. Take it in a good way. If it's something like if you really genuinely want to be an actor, then get into the industry. But if it's something like people are like they're trying to attack you, they're trying to say these things about you, but if it's like a real criticism that you can actually take it and make it into a constructive criticism, then you should do so like that. If everyone watched my film, be like, this subject is not good, Rishi does not know how to pick a film, like, what is this, all of that stuff. If it does happen in the future, so for now I've only got good reviews, but if it does happen, like eventually, like bad reviews, if I do get a bad review, then I would take it. I'll be like, okay, maybe they're right, maybe sometimes I'll be like, okay, cool. If it's not a personal attack talking about me and my skin color or something, then it's okay. I can take it as in a positive way. I can be like, okay, maybe they don't like me doing these kind of films, let me switch that. Let me try making films for a certain different kind of audience, so like young hippie, like cool guys, like what would they like? They want action, like extreme, like just freaking the scene should be crazy, and I think they would like that. I have some ideas for those kind of projects. It won't be any like mundane, monotonous kind of projects. Some films there are like that. Yeah, I do accept that some films not I've done, but I've seen are quite boring. So maybe I should avoid those. If I was to do those, I would stay away from those, or like doing films that are going to be like too much like Shakespeare and all of that. In our generation, in the young generations now, most people don't like read books. How many people? I don't know any. 98% of people I know don't read, and they don't care about that. Like, they like just to have fun. They look at films as an entertaining medium for entertainment. So it will be an entertaining project. But I would like to entertain. My best way of being is to entertain as well as to educate about a certain topic. So if I want you to understand about a certain thing that happened in history, I'll give a good film and I'll put that information within that film. I wouldn't try to, forcefully try to feed it into you. No, it will just be there. It will be the core aspect of the film, but you will see it, wrapped up nicely and coated nicely with a nice entertaining story. In anything I want to teach you, if I want to learn about something, if I really understood something that was really interesting and I'm making a film about it, I will make it interesting for you as much as I can. That's it. That's what I would say. So that's very important for me. So if I am directing a film, we'll see. I've got stories, and one's happening right now. It's very difficult to get the ball rolling in the initial stages, but once that gets to go, we'll start, with the other projects as well, and we'll see what that happens. So, yeah, I mean, like you, I only have 24 hours in a day. I have to do everything I need to do. It's three main things that I like. My biggest love is for three things. One is films, acting. One is YouTube, and one is martial arts, fighting competitions. So. But acting of course I love it the most, and I'm doing it the most to try to get somewhere. It's very difficult to get your name through. Fighting, there's so many different kinds of fights that you can do, but any acting is good. Even if I'm doing like a small like student film or short film, that's still good as well for me. But we'll see. I really want to do some more good projects. We'll see what comes my way. I've rejected a few projects, as I said. Like, I don't do any gay films. I don't do any weird, super weird films that make me squint. That's kind of like, I was like, what the hell is this kind of films? Certain stories, I know it's acting, it's part of acting, but still, even, come on, I'm human too, come on, bro. Even I have to sit and watch these films. I'm not homophobic, by the way. I'm not. I know I'm saying, like, I don't. I personally don't want to play any homosexual characters or anything like that. I don't have any disrespect, or I will never discriminate those kind of people. But no, I have no hate towards anyone. But I don't have to go and act in a film like that to say that I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, them being them is, it's not my problem. It's fine. They have the right to be themselves. I just don't want to play a gay character. And I've said it to so many people, like, why are you telling me to kiss a guy? Why are you telling me to be intimate with a guy? I don't do that. That's not how no. So, yeah. So there's things like that, it's very difficult to maneuver my way. And like, it's only acting, man. Come on, do it, film. Those film, like, again, abusing women. Like, bro, I know it's a film. I know it's a story. I know when I'm acting a film with a girl, I know you're not actually abusing her. You're talking to her nicely and all of that. And then when you say action, it's all pretending. It's all acting. At the end of the day, we're all going to eat together. We're all going to chill together. Everyone's going to be happy. But I don't want to be in a film. I don't want to do that. I don't want to abuse a woman. I don't want to abuse it. I don't want to abuse anyone. That's not what it is. Like, if it's a cool character, if it's a film, it's a fight scene, it's all cool, and that's all great. But I don't want to play that character. That's just not how I want to see myself. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy for saying that, but that's truly what it is. So there's certain characters that I just won't do. Yeah. So that's mainly it. But aside of that, I'm very interested in acting. I'm very interested in showing my skills in different ways. So we'll see what happens. We'll have to wait and see. And I'm so excited that I'm so blessed to have being signed with this agent. And my little dragons, man, everything that's amazing is because of you. It started with you. The journey is you. It will end with you. So I'll come and show you all of my work. And hopefully, man, if you have any questions about acting, bro, let me know. Let me know what you guys are saying down in the description. If you guys want to be actors, if you guys have that interest, I would say if you want to, if you're young, if you're a child watching this under the age of 18, I'd say stick to your studies and try to finish your studies. While you're pursuing this, treat this like a hobby. You know how you go to a music class or a dance class. Treat it like that. And you can get some child agencies. I think they don't ask for spotlight or anything if you're a child. They sort of accept it if you're that age. When you're an adult, it's a bit difficult because they want you to already have the experience of working, so that they can hire you and they can represent you and put you through. So either way, just try it out. And I would say maybe for most people, it is useful to go to acting classes and to learn from teachers and read books and all that stuff. I don't want to. That's just me. I don't want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. But I would say that if you want to ask me what might be useful, I think it should be fair to say, go and study and learn acting and then pursue the career like that, and then learn with other people, and it just makes it a lot more fun. I wasn't fortunate to have people growing up with me that wanted to be actors. Again, most people have downgraded me in my life. So being able to cultivate this craft by myself, just by watching, and a big reason, there's so many actors that really inspired me and helped me think for myself. So that's what I would say, man. And also in not just in films but in life itself, and everyone has their own journey. It's about the cards you're dealt with. I know I'm not a famous person's son, I'm not a rich man's son, I'm not a rich producer's son. I just come from a normal family. I don't come from any cinema background. So my journey will be different. But that doesn't mean that not everyone that comes from a cinema background, family, goes in cinema and becomes successful. And there's people that have come from that and had nothing, And there's people that have come from nothing and went into films and became successful. And then the opposite, vice versa, has happened. People that come from families that became successful. And there's people that had no family support that didn't become successful, that ended up on the street. So it's all happens. So it's about being smart and to know, and your hands, the cards that you're dealt with, the cards that you've been given, that's what you're going to play the game with. So you need to understand the game that you're playing. So really fully understand everything. Don't trust people, right? Really listen and see what there is. Just because it's an agent or a company or big guys that are hiring you. I've sat in front of so many people of that higher stature, and if I feel like this is correct, if I'm in the right room and I'm talking to the right people, then it's fine. Or not, I'll say, I'm sorry, but this isn't for me. Then you can always walk away. So if you go to the agent and you really like the way they're treating you, and if they're treating you like you are a slave, or they're not treating you very well, they're like, you have to do this and stuff, and you don't like that, you are more than welcome to walk away. No one's allowed to force you. This is a free world. We are humans. Everyone's a human. We all deserve that equal respect, equal opportunities. So that's something that I wanted to say, man. And luckily I didn't fall a victim to any of those. I always I talk to them and I see like how we get along, and then I start working with them. Same with directors. Again, I listen to the story and I see how the directors are and all of that stuff before I get into it. And that's good, because when I'm hiring people for my film, I know if you're working with me, like my dad, there's two things I want to say in this video. One is what my dad always says, which is be a trusted person, but don't be a trusting person. Be a person that people trust, but don't be a person that trusts people. I know for a fact, in my mind, I know for 1000%, I know anybody, if I'm a director, if I was an agent or something, whatever, you can 100% trust me. I would never fool anyone. I would never do harm to anyone. I would always take account of their comfortability, what's correct, what's right for the work, how to get it all in time. I would make sure everyone feels safe, everyone feels comfortable, and everyone's happy doing their job. That's how I would get people to work. If anything's not working out right, I'll make sure they can feel like they can come and tell me. So I know for a fact that I would provide that. And I want you to be that too. I want you to get into it. Of course, in the beginning, you don't have anything. But when you grow and become something, I want you to be a person that's people can trust. So be a trusted person, but don't be a trusting person. Do not trust other people. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts and work like that. And another thing is what I said, which is you don't owe this world and you don't own this world. You don't owe anyone anything, right? You're not here to justify your life to anyone. If you want to be an actor, that's inside you. You can go ahead and be an actor. If you want to be a sports person, that's up to you. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an engineer, wonderful, that's up to you. But you don't owe this world anything. You don't owe anyone an explanation. At the same time, you don't own this world. No one's your slave. No one owes you anything. They don't have to come here and explain anything to you. That person, he can go ahead and do whatever he wants for his life. As long as he doesn't bother you, fine. As long as you don't bother him, fine. If you're like you're both working in the same field, why not be friends? If you could be friends, friendship is very important, man. Friendship in this industry, as long as you're not in competition with each other, it's freaking wonderful. So that's what I want to say in this video. It's a way to talk about it. It's not really an advice video, but it's more so just me talking about my experience in my life of acting and what my future is looking like. So far I haven't actually committed to any other films. You never know, just tomorrow I could just get a message. I've applied to loads of films, just tomorrow I can go, boom, you're in a film. Yeah, could you come down and do this film for us? And I will say yes, if I'm convinced with the character. Now I do kind of think of characters a bit more than before. If my character's importance wasn't that good, I would say no. I would have still went over and did that character. But now I like characters that have some sort of importance and stuff. So yeah, I'm still pushing myself to doing that. But yeah, with this agency, since I've just started with this agency, I don't want to put any demands and all that with the agency yet. I want to have a good relationship. I want it to start nice and smooth, nice and cool, a chill start. It's chilling in England right now, so I want it to chill and be a nice chill start with the agent. It's gonna be nice and cool, It's gonna be. I have so many expectations. I don't know why, man. I don't know why. But I just want to see, because I've never booked a job through an agent before. Because they do a lot of work overseas, so that's another thing that I'm really excited about. They really liked my look, so thanks to Tanisha for the headshots, and thanks to my mum and dad for the looks. Oh my god. What are you looking at? Huh? What are you looking at, man? What are you looking at? My little dragons. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for everything. Yeah. Cinema acting is a beautiful craft. Don't come into it if you want money. It's not a field for money, it's a field for passion and work. In anything, don't just go into it for the money. Treat it like something that you do it for love. Love for that craft, love for that work. Once you get into it, and you understand that you're good and people around you think you're good, then the money would automatically come. Film industry, yeah, it depends on your luck. I mean, luck is a very, very important factor that you should never neglect. You should understand that a lot of things in acting is luck. There's three things that define success, the components of success: luck, work, and unfair advantage. The advantage that you have over other people. So that area is where you can go and really improve by improving your craft. So singing, dancing, or other, like you can do magic. So many things that you can do to improve that, so that you have more of a chance, more of an advantage over other people. So really think about that as well. But yeah, you can be wherever you want. Put your mind into it, put your heart into it, put your hard work into it, and life will happen. It will happen great. So just believe in yourself. I believe in you, my little dragons, and now you have to believe in yourself. Thanks so much for watching, man. Links to everything that I told you will be down in the description below, so please go ahead and check those out and show your love. One of the films I did has over 100,000 views on YouTube. I'm not boasting. Nothing I'm saying is boasting or bragging. And the film Hush actually won an award in one festival, and it's now gone. I think it's in Korea now, trying to submitting for festivals over there. It's going worldwide. Again, I'm not boasting. And then on Amazon Prime, there's 2 films. I'm not boasting. These are just things that, thanks to you, my little dragons, I got. So I'm just thankful and grateful when I'm telling you the stuff that I've done. But no, I'm not big at all. Still working, man. We're still young. I'm still a kid, bro. I'm still a kid. Thanks so much for watching, my little dragons, man. You are all amazing. And my training videos and all that will be down in the description. So please go and show your love by sharing, liking, and commenting. And my little dragons, if you love me, and you want to be a little dragon and look at my journey, punch that subscribe button, as it will help your little dragon out so very much, man. I love you all. You are all amazing. You are all awesome, man. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay awesome. My little dragons, and I will see you all in the next video, man. I'll see you all in the next video.